Hey everyone! Once again, I'm making a video that's for both TikTok and YouTube. If you are new to my YouTube channel, hi, welcome to Mind Trip Corner. If you're a returning viewer, then welcome back. If you're just on my TikTok, then hey everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about something that's a bit controversial. I'm going to be talking about extended breastfeeding. I just saw a news story on it yesterday, so I'm like, oh, well, that's something that I can talk about because that's something that I've also done. So I have 3 kids. My first one, I breastfed a little bit, but then I was told wrongly by my mother-in-law and by my no, just by my mother-in-law actually, that he was allergic to my breast milk and that I had to stop breastfeeding. When I went for a breastfeeding consultation, they said, no, that's not true. They can't be allergic to your breast milk. So I just stopped breastfeeding him. And then my second baby, I breastfed until she was 3, I want to say. No, 2. Yeah, until she was 2 because that's when I got pregnant with my 3rd child. And I breastfed my second one for as long as I could. It was kind of hard to breastfeed the new baby and breastfeed my 2-year-old because it was weird. My youngest didn't seem to want to latch where her sister had been. So then I'm like, this isn't going to work. So I went ahead and I stopped breastfeeding my 2-year-old. And then with my last baby, the one that I breastfed the longest with, I breastfed her until she was about 5. And I would have kept going, honestly. I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding, extended breastfeeding, which is stupid. It doesn't hurt anybody. It strengthens the bond between you and your child. And I can attest that I have the strongest bond with my youngest, who is the one that I breastfed the longest. It was hard to get her to stop, but she had started showing signs that she was ready at around 5. Like, we kept going for a little bit into her 5th year. But I had to do it in secret kind of because my husband wasn't supportive of it at that point anymore. My family was kind of like, oh, why, it's a bit long, shouldn't you stop? And of course, my mother-in-law was not happy about it whatsoever. But, my body, my choice, my child. And it didn't hurt anybody. It really didn't. At some point, my milk kind of dried up. So that was another reason to kind of stop. It wasn't as full as it used to be, and she wasn't getting the milk that she needed, or, well, not really needed, because at that point they don't really need the milk, but it's not hurting them either. But yeah, I breastfed her until she was about 5. A little bit into the 5 year, I did stop, like I said. But I don't get why it's such a big issue. It's literally not hurting anybody. I mean, yeah, some dentists will be like, oh, that's the equivalent of having a 5-year-old still have a bottle or a pacifier. But, I mean, in the end, it's not really hurting anybody. Not all children have teeth deformities from extended bottle feeding or extended pacifier sucking, or I don't even think it's a thing with breastfeeding because literally it's not your I guess trigger warning, maybe, because I'm gonna say, I don't know if you're allowed to say it on TikTok or YouTube, but I'm just talking about it in the context of breastfeeding, nothing inappropriate, so it should be okay, I guess. But the nipple isn't hard or anything. Like, it's not a hard plastic, so it's soft and it's flexible and it's kind of squishy. So I mean, I don't see how it would really hurt a baby's teeth or even like a 5-year-old's teeth, because at that point they have all their baby teeth in at 5. So I don't think it's really hurting them. It strengthens the bond between mother and child for sure, and it definitely, I don't see why it's an issue. like before I breastfed her for as long as I did, I guess I was kind of on the train of, yeah, you know, that's kind of a bit long. You know, I would never. But then, you know, it kind of happened with my last child. I didn't mean for it to. It just kind of did. But no harm done. She's off of it now. She's been off of it for years. I've got no more milk anyway. But yeah, it's not bad to breastfeed. Excuse me. For as long as, you know, I did. Maybe not like the best. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know anything scientific behind it or anything. But I do know it didn't hurt her. She's fine. You know, she's not wanting it anymore. She's stopped wanting it since I kind of forced her off. Because, you know, she's 5. So obviously, you know, she's eating, drinking normal drinks, food. So, you know, it wasn't like that was the only thing she was drinking. It was usually only at nighttime. And I guess it's like a comfort thing. And I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, some adults need oral stimulation as well. You know, that's why some adults that's why they'll bite their thumb. That's why they'll bite clothing. That's why they'll bite things. That's why they have chews for adults. And I know that's typically for people with like autism and stuff like that. But, I don't think there'd be anything wrong with it if someone did it in, like, secret, as long as they're not destroying anything, you know. Like, get a chew toy or whatever for, like, autistic kids or whatever. And it's for adults, too. I've seen it because I'm trying to quit smoking. And I was thinking, well, it's obviously an oral stimulation issue that I have going on, so why not try one of the chews? So I was looking and seeing what they had. And while not advertised for adults, I don't see anything wrong with an adult using it. You know, if it's going to help them quit smoking, if it's going to help them stop, you know, chewing their nails or whatever. Because if you think about it, you know, there's a lot of adults that chew their nails when they're anxious or whatever. And if they had one of these chew things, then, you know, it's better than destroying your nails because you're not going to destroy it. And also, like, I don't know. My point basically is just that, you know, just mind your own business. It doesn't hurt anybody to have an extended breastfeeding with your child. It really doesn't. It's not harmful. It's nothing bad. You know, you bond with your child and it comforts the child. And it's, you know, a safe alternative to anything else like pacifier sucking or extended bottle feeding, whatever. It might hurt their teeth because, yeah, while it's also soft plastic, it is still plastic and not meant to be in their mouth. While a nipple from a breast for breastfeeding is okay to be in the child's mouth because the child is breastfeeding. And for those who try to sexualize breastfeeding, I mean, I guess that's another topic for a different day or a different video. But it's not at all. Breastfeeding is simply feeding the child. And sometimes it's just comfort for the child. Because sometimes the child needs extra comfort, and that's where they find it, at their mother's breast. People have been breastfeeding their children for years, before there were bottles, before there was pacifiers, before there was formula. There was just breastfeeding. And animals do it all the time. Every animal that gives birth, they breastfeed their children. Have you seen monkeys, like gorillas? They breastfeed like humans because they are our closest relative. So, I mean, I don't know how long they breastfeed their children for, but I mean, if it doesn't do them any harm, it won't do our children any harm. But, yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say, and all I have to say really about the topic is just mind your own business. Extended breastfeeding does not hurt anybody. It's a comfort for the child and maybe even the parent, who knows. For mine, it was just a comfort for my child, and I liked the extended bonding. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Have a good day. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you guys for the support. If you do like and subscribe, thank you guys. See you next time on My Trip Corner or just on TikTok. Bye.